Hello, good morning, all around the world. How are you guys doing? We're back with another reaction. I have a little bit of time, and I thought I wanted to watch a Fern video. As mentioned earlier in some of the videos, I really like this channel. I'm gonna obviously link the video down below. This video is called "Why Germans Sound So Aggressive." Um, uh, these guys are German, like the guys who make these Fern videos. They have also a German channel. It's called Simplicissimus. And this is just their English speaking channel. You will probably notice due to the accent and due to, how German English they talk. Which is, by the way, fine. Okay, I do it myself. That's perfectly fine. And I just think that it's noticeable. And that's not a bad thing at all. Being multilingual is a good thing. Big shout outs to you guys if you speak multiple languages. Why German sounds so aggressive. We're gonna jump into it and see if it's like an accurate explanation. Let's go.
We are German, and as such, we are always self-conscious about getting angry in public.
Yeah. Okay, fucking starting off with motherfucking Adolf Hitler, I see. This is a Netflix. Oh, Love, Death, and Robots. Okay, I've never watched this.
Our language is quite the troll.
I can do an evil old Hausfrau. Ess dein Schnitzel, sonst kriegst du keinen Nachtisch.
Deutschland ist
That's actually really accurate. Holy smokes.
ein Land ut Stodtluten.
Na ja, lass die Hunde hock! Niemand wegen Schritt! Glaubst du, dass die Deutsche keinen Humor hat,
German sounds harsh and aggressive.
Okay, what the fuck? The way they pronounce it it's kind of weird, but it's like I still understand it.
Guten Tag. Ich will ein klein Brotchen haben. Das schwarze Brotchen mit dem Käse und das Schinken, bitte schön.
It's a disgusting language. Nobody should ever speak it. It sounds like typewriters eating tinfoil being kicked down the stairs. And somebody is talking to you in German. They're saying and you think, what is happening to you from behind? How can we make it stop?
Someone, somewhere, is always making fun of our language. But why does German sound so aggressive to the rest of the world?
I think it's a CH mostly, to be honest. Without like knowing the reason for it, I think it's a CH, the sound we do a lot in German. And I think not a lot of other languages, like the TH in English, is just so much smoother, right? That TH sound is like much smoother than the in like, in a lot of German words. We use that in every sentence, basically.
The German language is part of the Germanic branch of the Indo-Germanic language family. Besides German, Dutch and English are also Germanic languages. But while English sounds gentle to many people, German is often described as spat, barked, ugly, dry, cold, harsh, yapping, and military.
God, that's so
German
mean.
is rarely perceived as beautiful. There are several reasons for this.
Linguistic characteristics.
German has a lot of gutturals and glottal stops. They can make the language sound harsh. Let's start with guttural sounds. German has the special ach sound, which sounds very throaty.
Exactly.
It can be heard in the German words fauchen, which means to hiss, or krach, which means noise. These words are often difficult for non-German speakers to pronounce because these sounds don't exist in widespread languages like English. Next, glottal stops. Germans pronounce vowels very strongly, especially when they appear at the beginning
Ua,
of a word.
which means clock, right?
This causes the vocal cords to open suddenly and all the air that has built up to escape at once. Take the word apple. The German word is Apfel. You can hear it quite well throughout this example. Ich esse oft Äpfel und anderes Obst.
Which means I oftentimes eat apples and other fruits, basically.
In many other languages, the words of a sentence are spoken in a flow. In German, sometimes there's a mini pause before each individual word. Here you can hear the difference. Everything is alright. Alles ist in Ordnung. Of course, I'm overdoing it a bit here, but you get the idea. These breaks can make German sound a bit barked. Some sounds exist in almost all languages, such as M and B. Others are quite unique and only appear in a few languages. In English, there's the digraph th, for example in thanks. Germans, including me, often struggle to pronounce that. Italian, which is often considered to be a beautiful, melodious language, uses mainly vowels and only a few exotic sounds.
Beautiful language, by the way, Italian. I would love to speak it. Maybe one day I can learn it. But I think I have other priorities before Italian. Like Thai, obviously, for me, and Spanish would be awesome as well. And I think if you learn Spanish, maybe somebody can comment this down below. If you learn Spanish, it's probably easier to get into Italian, because there's some, they're kind of like similar, similar.
German, on the other hand, has many rare, complex sounds, which might come off as strange. We use so-called Umlaute, such as Ä, Ö, and Ü. Again, often hard to pronounce for non-German.
Yeah, we even have those on our keyboards, because we have the German layouts of keyboards, and we have the Ä, Ö, and Ü on our keyboards. That's not the case for you guys in America or in other places of the world, I believe. And with these layouts, we have especially keys for these Umlaute.
Speakers. And there's the SZ. It looks like this and is essential for our all-time favorite word, Scheiße. The SZ is used to indicate the hard S sound. Plus, many German words just have a lot of consonants. For example, Strumpf, or a classic selbstverständlich, which means of course. German is complicated, and as humans we often shy away from complexity. But isn't the real challenge to transform complexity into something enjoyable and intriguing? That's kind of the ethos of this channel and also the essence of today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant offers interactive games, puzzles, and a bunch of resources to teach you about subjects
Again, guys,
like tech
we're
or
gonna
science.
watch these ads.
They customize content to fit your needs.
Because
and let you
that's the least we
explore
can
at your
do if
own
we
pace.
react to
They
other
have a
people's
fantastic
content.
new course about computer science fundamentals that we personally enjoyed a lot. If that's not your cup of tea, there's a vast library of other stuff, and new lessons are added every month. To try everything Brilliant has to offer free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/fern or click on the link in the description. The first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant.
Like not in my description, but their video will be linked in the description, and then you can click on the link there, and then you can click on another link.
Annual premium subscription.
If you want
Let's
Brilliant.
jump back in. Hit it, Cybermirko.
2 infinite words.
This is a not made up, absolutely real German word.
Rinderkennzeichnungs-Fleischetikettierungs-Überwachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz. Dude, that's a real word, yes. And that's actually insane.
With 79 letters. Rinderkennzeichnungs-Fleischetikettierungs-Überwachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz. We will not bother you with what it means here. What we're trying to tell you is this.
It's a
German
law,
has
yeah.
a high number of
It's like-
compound words. These can be really cool because the word often
Yeah, it's a law. We have rules and laws for everything, and this is also a law.
literally describes what it means. For example, you have a house and a Tier, an animal, and together it is a house tier, a pet. Though as a people, we seem to have made it our goal to put together as many words as possible. This has led to many long and insanely complex creations.
Yeah, and we also have words that describe what the thing is doing. Like for example, we have the word Zeug, which means thing, basically. And then we just put something in front of it, and then it explains what the thing does, which for example, Flug. Flug means flying, right? And when you say Flugzeug, that's a flying thing, and it means plane. It's a plane, because it's a flying thing, right? And we have Fahrzeug, which means car, because it's a thing that drives. It's pretty simple, actually.
Mark Twain already made fun of this word and many others in 1880 in his famous essay, The Awful German Language. He writes, "These things are not words, they are alphabetical processions, and the inventor of them ought to have been killed." And because the words are weird, a lot of non-German speakers find them very entertaining. They have something weirdly over-precise and orderly about them. Combined with their guttural and glottal stop consonant-loaded delivery, it can give them a military touch. Ironically, we have a word for this. Konsonantenschlacht. Every German-speaking actor or model has to do the German word quiz on an American talk show at least once.
Bezirksschornstein.
Alright, I'm gonna move myself. Give me a second. Oh, Bezirksschornsteinfegemeister. Okay.
Fegermeister.
Schmetterlingsbeinschlag.
Backpfeifengesicht.
Backpfeifengesicht. I bet you guys know what a Backpfeifengesicht is, right?
Despite this last one being an absolute banger of a word, meaning a face that's just inviting a good slap like Jimmy Fallon's, these shows only strengthen the image of the difficult and weird German language. And this leads us to
3. Prejudices.
What do people think of when they think of Germany?
And they're saying to you something like, we have been better, but we're very vibrant in the theatre and arts and so on. All the time you listen to this, you're thinking, Hitler.
during the 2 world wars.
I mean, to be fair, right? That was kind of like an important, crazy shit we've done. So, it's obviously appreciated if people talk about it because it's important, and you can learn from history, and you should learn from history to not repeat. For example, this, right?
The German naturally became the enemy in many countries. German-American relations changed drastically. In the US, the teaching of German was banned. German programs were no longer allowed to be played on the radio. Authorities called for a boycott of German goods. Streets and even Sauerkraut were renamed. Hitler is possibly history's most terrifying figure. Germany's history, once so gruesome, it is rightly so echoed, processed, and analyzed countless times in all of them. It's possibly history's most terrifying figure. Germany's history, once so gruesome, it is rightly so.
Yeah, this is Auschwitz right here. This is the where you get in, and it says Arbeit macht frei. No, this is not Auschwitz, I'm sorry. No, it is. Yeah, Arbeit macht frei, yeah. Which means work will free you or something, I would say. Yeah, work will free you, which is like cynical as fuck, of course, you know, because they work themselves to death there. And yeah, they had like these little slogans on every of those concentration camps, you know, Arbeit macht frei and jedem das Seine, you know. Basically, it's not word for word translation, but it basically means you get what you deserve. Cynical as fuck, you know, which is kind of like a Nazi thing.
Though echoed, processed, and analyzed countless times in all forms of media, so it may never be forgotten. According to many linguists, the perception of the German language is in part the result of these historical and socio-cultural contexts. German might have an image problem. Linguists would point out that you shouldn't judge a language based on its sound. What sounds strange to one person is beautiful to another. And if you label a language as ugly, you might miss out on fascinating insights into other worlds of thought and sound. So lastly, let us introduce you to some beautiful German words you
Fernweh, Weltschmerz, and Treppenwitz. Okay, let's see.
Can pretentiously incorporate into your Sprachgebrauch. Fernweh describes the opposite of homesickness, the longing for distant places. Weltschmerz is a feeling of knowing that the world will always fail to meet your expectations because of the prevalence of pain existing throughout it. And lastly, Treppenwitz, a joke or thought that you think of too late, just as you walked out the door, already on the stairs. Like I'm sure there's a nice way to finish the video here, but I guess it just won't come to me until we hit publish.
Nice, really good video. Enjoyed it. I hope you guys did enjoy it as well. Again, down below, I can only recommend Fern. Like, we're gonna watch more of these videos because they're great. And I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did as well. I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching this reaction channel. Most low effort content, but it has fun, so I will continue making videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Tschüss.